the opportunity to address the board during this public comment session. Since the current seated board did not spend any time addressing the audit, I thought I'd highlight a few things that caught my attention when I saw it. There's 3 deficiencies that were highlighted by Cambridge and Associates. First one being the preparation of government financial statements, which isn't unusual for a township our size. Second one is the segregation of incompatible duties, and that just means the clerk and the treasurer have to work very closely together. Unfortunately, while I was on the board, that was not a very effective situation. And the third one that is the extreme concern is the timely bank reconciliation finding. I'm not going to go into the details, but the important part of it is that bank statements were not provided so that the clerk could do her job and reconcile. And I just want to read from the audit. This is under the comments and recommendations. Township treasurer is currently not reconciling cash within Pontum, the accounting software for the township, and is using Excel to document deposit and check information for each bank account. The information related to the trust and agency fund also is not being recorded in Pontum. The auditor experienced difficulties in reconciling general ledger information between the treasurer's records using Excel and Pontum. We recommend the township clerk and treasurer work together to rectify these issues. I couldn't agree more, I'm sorry. I just want the walkaway to be that there's 2 sets of books for this township, and that's what I was complaining about from the beginning, that the treasurer's report was not sufficient to actually balance books in this township. 2 sets of books. And with that said, there's no possible way that Bailey Hodshire ever did a complete audit on the books in Adams Township. It's my understanding they were with us for 20 plus years. I'll just remind the board and let you know what caught my attention the first year in the budget was a $500,000 slush fund that was never addressed by Bailey Hodshire. So now this board's hiring Kelly Hodshire to set up the processes. There's something woefully wrong with these books. It doesn't appear that the current board will remedy when they bring in the people that originally started the situation. When I started, there were 12 years of checks not cleared out of Pontum. Like your checkbook, you go through, reconcile it against a bank statement, 12 years. So Pontum was never used in an audit in this township. So last year, there was $310,000 in adjustments. This year, $272,000 in adjustments. They're being maintained on Patricia's spreadsheet that she doesn't share. It's full of errors and it was incomplete. And that's the reason the audit was such a problem. It should never happen. Pontum should be the software. This board better get themselves educated on their fiduciary rules because we're not all stupid.
That's your 3
Thank
minutes.
you. Actually, it's 2:45.
Who's next?
2:45. Thank you.
Who's next? Did you have something? Did you have your hand up?
I did. Do I have to stand?
I don't care.
I'm Colleen Kavanaugh. We were here for Lake Association meeting on Saturday, and I used your restroom, and it was disgusting. Beyond disgusting. If there would have been toilet bowl cleaner and a brush, I cleaned it. I have never seen it so disgusting. So I don't know if your girl's not working anymore or what.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I would just like to comment that for the board members that apparently, feel that there's no problems with the elections and safety and security of the elections, and have no issue with opening doors to private offices without warrants, and a real major legal issue which no one seems to care to address. But just FYI, the state of Michigan is going to be shown to have widespread voter fraud. This week there was a dark ops operation on the Democratic side, which was funded with $11 million from the Democrats and $458,000 privately from Joe Biden's campaign. Operating in 20 states, they did find a spot in Michigan where they found piles of fake registrations, burner phones, loaded gift cards for bribes, and no less guns with silencers. This was it's called GBI Strategies. It was under the direction of a man who had 70 organizations